Hello, all of you. Super duper preparation is going on, it seems, right? Okay. And here we are to discuss the MTP, the mock test paper of upcoming May 2023 exam. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for the amazing response you all have given for the MTP also, which I have posted for direct taxation, where I have explained the concepts also in the most detailed way. MTP, the quality is too good for direct taxation, and by that way, you are revising all the heads of income deductions, and that mindset gets prepared. Ki, okay, individually, I know the chapters, and when it is coming together, am I ready? And how we are linking up the subjects. Same is your costing paper. It's not I'm boosting because I'm teaching costing right now, but whenever I talk, when I sit at this place, whatever is truth, I talk. And to start with, costing is always the most scoring subject for the student. I myself have got 95 in accounts. Years I have been teaching these three subjects interlinked. Since 2001, I have been teaching. I feel I'm very good at direct taxation, accounts, and then costing. But results are awesome always for costing. Last November 22 attempts, so many of them got exemption. And the reason is simple. Costing itself is for 100 marks and the syllabus is not very vast. It is like easy और कुछ ज्यादा creativity के लिए कोई scope नहीं है. Are you getting? Huh? Direct taxation in itself is not tough, but it is vast. I do agree. Business head, capital gain, for teaching only like 15, 16 classes are required to teach each head. And it requires a lot of patience to recollect everything, direct taxation and GST. But by practice, it comes and students are doing good there. Costing, let me tell you, everything what you have studied in the class comes in exam. Costing this time's MTP, so many questions like cost sheet, already same question we have solved in the class also. And so many times when I see the exam paper, okay, this we have done, flux method, this labor problem we have done, it is like that. Truly, I'm telling you. So mindset, make it sure that out of all the four subjects, everywhere you cannot score 50 and get 200 and pass. So one of the subjects, if you have to make scoring so that somewhere if it is weaker for you, 45, 50, you are stuck up, you can end up getting 70, 80 in costing, definitely. First important thing for that paper pattern I have discussed in detail in the November 22 mock test. Link I will put it in the description ke niche, I will pin it. So please check it. But promise me that you all will complete 100 marks paper. I know that students know every concept, but they come and tell me, ma'am 57 मिले और मैंने 90 marks का paper attempt किया था. अगर 100 करता तो it's like maths. कहीं ना कहीं मुझे I would have got 3 marks more. So very briefly, I'm going to discuss the paper pattern with the smartness, what you can make a choice in 3 hours, that mindset. Then I will start discussing the MTP. And while discussing MTP, definitely I will revise the concepts. Still, anywhere you feel you have a doubt in the way I'm discussing the MTP, please comment below the video. Let me know. I'll clear your doubt. Join our Telegram group. You can put a voice note, click the picture, put a voice note. I'll clear all your doubts, whatever you have for income tax, GST, accounts, and direct taxation. Final, I teach direct taxation. Right now, CMA final batch is going on and one is completed. Results came in January 2023. So these are my subjects. If you have any doubt, join the Telegram group. And genuinely, if you're watching my shorts or videos, they are exactly the pitfalls where students go wrong. When I correct my booster papers, mock test papers, which I give to students, my booster program is there in the Concept Classes app. I know कि these are the pitfalls where you are facing the problem. So to make a note of it, I'm making very small videos. If you just check taxation or costing playlist, you will learn how to do. Okay. As we begin, I told you I'll be checking the paper pattern. Usse bhi pehle do important thing. One is C for costing, C for calculator. You need to have full-fledged command on your calculator. Everyone watching this video right now, promise you should learn how to use M plus M minus. too much of calculations you have to do in 3 hours. Overhead ka apportionment, process costing, ABC costing. So tuck 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 your calculator should go. Class में तो दीप्ति मैम पढ़ा रहे थे, you were solving, दोस्त आंसर कैलकुलेट करके दे रहा था, हम लिख रहे थे. एग्जाम में कौन करेगा? So now make sure you learn all the functions of your calculator. Use the same calculator now for your practice, which you are going to use in the final exam, and be comfortable with also that smartly you calculate this divide by. If the denominator is same, usko na ratio ko divide karke hum m plus में रख लेते हैं. M plus multiply by this, M plus multiply, and you get the answer. Second thing is, at base level, be very perfect with the cost sheet. Cost sheet is separately asked for 10 marks, and cost sheet is indirectly asked in job and batch costing. Budgeting पूछ रहे हैं तो cost sheet बनाओ. कभी कभी marginal costing में cost sheet बनाओ. कभी कभी overhead में cost sheet बनाओ. So indirectly, it is cost sheet only when you are doing even the types of costing, especially budgeting, job, batch costing, all these. Even marginal costing, sometimes make a small cost sheet and then solve the formulas. So make yourself very comfortable with the cost sheet. Take a pause, go to your first chapter, learn how to segregate in semi-variable overhead, what is fixed overhead and what is variable overhead. And anyone is feeling, ma'am, आप तो बस बोल रहे हो ये कर लो करा भी दो, तो check the costing concept playlist. And if you feel, what is your doubt, you tell me, dear students. I feel enough of years I've been teaching, earning good and doing good in teaching. Now upcoming is my books, which are going to come in 2023 for sure. And with this, I really want to help out every student at his own pace. Every student I want to help out at his own pace. So what exactly you want? Comment below this video, ma'am. Can you clarify this with a video? Can you give this concept, this? I will surely do it. Don't ask me to teach whole chapters. How is it possible, dear students, कि पूरे chapter हम YouTube में पढ़ाएं? और वो सबसे बेकार है, you know. I know I'm talking a lot and we need to start with a mock test paper. But YouTube is at YouTube right now. I'm saying YouTube is super good for revision, for RTP, for MTP, for some doubt clearing. But for once, you need to take systematic coaching from one single mentor, one single teacher. You can't study 4 chapters. इससे पढ़ लो 3 इसके अच्छे, वो chapter उसने अच्छा पढ़ाया. When the result come, no, you will realize. Sorry to say this at this time, but I know I'm saying truth. YouTube is super good for revisions, marathons, MTPs, RTPs, your doubt clearings. You have a doubt, you get a nice video, watch and clear your doubt. But for learning, for core learning, you need to for once take systematic coaching and follow one single teacher. Chalo. So calculator point is clear. Semi-variable cost. Okay, so change in cost divided by change in number of units. Change in cost is only because of the variable portion. So like this, how to segregate semi-variable cost into variable and fixed. This will be helpful again in preparing the budgeting, again in preparing the cost sheet, again in preparing the machine hour rate, operating costing. कितने सारे chapters में ये आपको helpful होगा. ठीक है? All right. Very brief, I have already given you the paper pattern earlier, but once again, and please check the last 3 exams, MTP, RTP is what I have discussed. There's a playlist for that. If you open the playlist one by one, it will play. And promise me you all are having printout of this. It's not कि हम कुछ तो डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. ऐसे वीडियोस मैंने बनाए जब मैं खुद बोलती हूँ कि put headphones, keep listening to this. The more you repeat this, that is like marathon video of capital gain. You know, जब हम ऐसे revision कर रहे हैं, costing for solving this, make sure you have the printout of your mock test paper for May 23 exam, and then have the calculator, pause the video, solve it in writing, and message me if you get the same question in exam. ठीक है? Your question number 1 is compulsory to attempt. I'm discussing the costing paper pattern with the weightage of the topics. Abhi last exam also they have asked like this. 4 questions are there, 5 marks each. That makes it 20 marks. Okay. In this, one question fix is there from material chapter. In that, either they will ask you EOQ or they will ask you total cost of the material, procurement cost and all, and then divide by number of units and all. One question is fixed from the labor. Either they ask you Rowan Halsey, और दे आस्क यू दैट पीएफ ईएसआईसी कब ऐड करना है, कब लेस करना है. और द बेस्ट ones, अभी लास्ट 2 attempts, November 22, May 22, they have asked this flux method. Either they will give the formulas answer and you have to calculate number of joined and left and all, or they'll give the detail and calculate. So these two are fixed. Third one, most often asked, is marginal costing. They'll give you simple data and what will be the desired profit for this sales. Okay, for this profit, what will be the sales? For this sales, what will be the profit? And you have to apply the formula and calculate marginal costing. One more problem is usually there either from operating costing, calculate the absolute and ton kilometer like that, or a small 5 marks budget, or a small 5 marks, decision making in the joint product and byproduct. Will you further process the product? So always 2 questions compulsory are from material and labor, and other 2 are might be from overhead, might be from any of the types of costing. I always say, dear students, little smart work I'm teaching in the coming 5-10 minutes, and to the point knowledge, no extra talking. And I value your time, I value my time. I have 2 back-to-back classes after this for direct taxation inter and direct taxation final. So even I need to do quality good work with all of you. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Any 4 questions you have to do of 20 marks, that makes it 80 marks, and this is your 100 marks. Now out of this, any one you have to leave in choice. तो ना मैं आपको mindset बोल रही हूँ. One question is surely, अच्छा, in 20 marks question you have 10 plus 10 marks question, or you have 10 plus 5 plus 5. In that also one 5 mark theory is there. Question number 6 is always theory with the choice. In question number 3 is 6 theory, 4 questions you have to answer, 5 marks each, 20 marks. But for choice, they'll give you 5 questions. Okay. Now listen all of you, dear students. Ma'am, can I leave the theory in costing? Answer is no. इसको 5 star खिलाओ, KitKat खिलाओ, और इसको करना है. क्यों करना है? I'll tell you. Let me tell you first what comes in question number 6. One theory question is fixed from your budgeting. Just a trend I am making of last so many exam. Write a short note on budget manual. What is zero budgeting? What are the advantages of budgeting? एक question आएगा आपका standard costing पे. And now one theory question surely comes from your chapter 1. Distinguish between cost reduction, cost of control. Yes? You remember? Cost reduction, cost control, or unit of measure. They'll give you different type of the businesses. What will be the unit of measure? Or what are the profit centers? Like that one comes. One theory question comes nowadays from ABC costing. Can you help calculate the cost drivers? Cost drivers are, you need to apportion the cost. But suppose if it is related to procuring the material, number of orders. If it is related to labor, number of hours. So some good quality, good basis, can you get the cost drivers? That's what is one question. Okay. So these kind of theory questions are there. And then some more simple theory questions are there. Sometimes basic, distinguish. एक तो distinguish question पक्का आता है. अब वो distinguish question कैसे आएगा आपको? Job, batch, process costing. Can you distinguish? or distinguish between the store cards and bin control cards, or you can say distinguish between the cost, management and financial account. Dear students, please don't skip this question because it's very scoring. 5 marks each. In 5 also, like these cost drivers, unit of measure are super duper scoring. Now come back to question number 2, 3, 4, 5. इनमें से आप एक छोड़ोगे तो I would suggest mindset I am giving, preferably leave process or ABC. You know, dear students, one exam they asked process costing and ABC together. तो छोड़ दो मैम, बट एबीसी कॉस्टिंग इज एक्चुअली वेरी इजी. कुछ दिमाग नहीं लगाना है, जो डेटा है उसको ही बस डिवाइड करते जाओ, you will get the answer. You are true, dear students. But in process costing, if they ask you process 1, 2 and 3, it is fine. But if they ask you equivalent process costing, it is time consuming. With that, if they ask you contract costing, your 45 minutes will go in this only. One question. Are you getting? So when 15 minutes reading time you are getting, use it with super duper smartly, read the question and decide. And मैम अगर प्रोसेस और एबीसी अलग आएगा तो दोनों में से एक तो अटेम्प्ट करना पड़ेगा. So if it is process 1, 2, 3, that simple one, go for it. If it is equivalent process and you have practiced, you know FIFO, LIFO, weighted average, go for it. Leave the ABC costing. No, ma'am, ABC is very easy, and with that, two small problems they have asked of contract costing, percentage completion and completion method, and you know that 4 mark, 5 mark question you have to calculate work certified. वही था, ठीक है, do that, no problem. Am I giving you the correct mindset? I have seen students doing so much hard work for exam, but they are very loose in this smart work. Why? Why do we go with that loose attitude? Be headstrong, confident कि क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 तो करना ही है थ्योरी. और सबसे बैड पार्ट इज स्टूडेंट्स लीव पार्ट हियर एंड पार्ट देयर. हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू गेट मार्क्स? Boldly in your question paper it is written that extra questions will not be corrected. मैम क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का बी सॉल्व किया, क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 का ए सॉल्व, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. बिट्स यू सॉल्व इट टुगेदर एट वन प्लेस प्लीज. हाँ, बट इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 can I do C first and then A and then B and then D? चलेगा, चलेगा. मैम क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 का A किया, B छोड़ दिया, क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 का C D किया, A कैसे मार्क्स मिलेंगे आपको? And you know it, you have practiced. For costing, put it in bold letters in your notice board right now. Put the data on paper, take the action. I have literally seen when I say chalo I have taught enough, एक problem खुद से करो, and I go around the class and students are like reading, इसको कैसे करना है, इसको कैसे करना है, कितने कॉलम बनाना है, कैसे शुरू करूं, मतलब they know the concept but they don't know how to do it. They don't know how. Can you just put the data? Rupees 10 paid for 10 hours. Per hour rate is this. Just put the things in the answer sheet and you will automatically get the answer. कोई formality नहीं है. After one process you can make working note for the cost of good per unit. Then process 2 and working note. If you are doing operating costing, your particulars and amount के बीच में यहाँ पे working note बनाओ. Working note बिल्कुल बनाओ. Operating costing, your cost sheet, least of the working notes at the back. इधर के इधर ही calculate there itself and show. I hope I have taken, I think, more than 10-15 minutes, dear students. I trust me, I'm honestly valuing your time and my time. And it's not कि सिर हिला के सिर्फ सुन लो. अगर कोई conflict है तो पूछो. Yeah. पूछो. You all are attending live, तो आप पूछो. And if anywhere you disagree, tell me. Have I given you correct mindset or not? Some students, हाँ choice बहुत रहता है costing में. Theory छोड़ के चले जाएंगे. Question number 6 is तो theory, dear students. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5 में भी one question में 10 plus 5 plus 5 में 1 5 mark is theory. और theory so easy. Institute study material. Last 20 years I have been teaching. Shall I show you my costing workbook is here? I cannot, like throw it and say, Mera workbook kar lo, more than enough hai. Isme past exam papers, not right to say for a teacher. Institutes questions are asked as it is, or either I will copy and print everything and make my books bulky. My book is very small, my workbook of costing. It gives you the quality good questions, the breakup, process costing पढ़ाने के पहले, equivalent process के पहले, I've solved bit questions, and then the equivalent number of units, and then the cost per unit of equivalent, and then the total cost. So what I'm saying is, institutes question, solve it as it is. If you're facing any doubt, backside question, solve it. Or writing में practice करो. 3 hours of exam you need to write. 15 minutes of reading time. How can you do tick tick and practice? ये क्या है? Chalo, enough of all the extra things. Let us begin with solving the mock test paper. And RTP, I have done it for tax. Mock test, I have done it for tax. RTP, I have skipped for this because exactly earlier RTP, same questions they have been repeating. So I didn't find it much lucrative. But taxation I have done because super good case studies are there in your RTPs and MTPs. तो आप करो, ये देखो. Just now I told you, dear students, answer are to be given in English. And if the candidate has opted, answer any 5 questions. अभी मैंने ये कहीं ना कहीं पढ़ा. 1 second ना. मैंने कहीं पढ़ा के लिखा हुआ था, attempt any 4 questions, and if you attempt extra questions, they will not be counted. Oh, this is mock test. If I open November 22, May 22, actual वाला question paper ऊपर ही लिखा है. Extra questions attempted will not be counted. Okay, so make sure you do smart choice. Let us start now. Okay, Joy, this is like question number 1. 4 questions are there. Yeah. Joy Limited deals in trading. Annual demand is given. A. Company's fixed cost is given. C. Ordering cost. Each toy is costing 450 and 25% is the carrying cost. Okay, carrying cost is C, or in some books it is given I. It's 25% of 450. Company has been offered a quantity discount of 8%, but instead of EOQ, you buy 5,000. So 2 things they have asked you. You can do it in column form in exam. Your purchase cost, your ordering cost, your carrying cost, your total cost. Okay. So let us check this up. First, you all calculate EOQ. EOQ is the economic order quantities 2. A is annual demand. O is ordering cost. Carrying cost is given 25% of purchase. So 233 units if you purchase, your ordering and carrying cost will be least also, and it will be equal also. But they are saying if you buy 5,000 units, dear students, आपको क्या बोल रहे हैं? You buy 5,000 units instead of this, and they will reduce the purchase cost. Okay, let us go for it. What is purchased cost? A into the purchase price. What is ordering cost? A. What is A? Annual demand. Number by Q. आपका demand है 14,400. At a time you are calling 233 units. This gives you number of orders. Number of orders is A by Q into O, ordering cost, 212. Carrying cost, holding cost. How many units you are buying at a time? Q, 233 units. Average 233 units divide by 2 रहेगा, 3 नहीं, sorry, 2. Q by 2 आपके पास पड़ा रहेगा, into Q by 2 into the carrying cost. Carrying cost is 450 का 25%. So this is your total cost at EOQ. Same way, if I order 5,000 units, I'm getting 8% discount. So my purchase price is coming down from 450 to 440. देखो, 450 into 92%. Pick up your calculators. 450 into 92%. Why? Because 8% price to come ho gaya. So now my purchase cost is this, A into P. My ordering cost will reduce because I am ordering instead of 233, 5,000 units. A by Q into O. This is the formula, but logic ke saath karo. A by Q will give you number of orders, multiplied by O is ordering cost. But my carrying cost will increase. Why? Because now I'm going to hold 5,000 units in godown. More space, more inventory, more wastage, more interest cost. Q by 2 into the C, carrying cost. तो देखो 5,000 यूनिट्स कॉस्ट किए तो कैरिंग कॉस्ट बढ़ गया, बट ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट कम हो गया, यहाँ ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट ज्यादा है. ओवरऑल बेनिफिट वेयर इट इज मोर 8%. ओ फॉरगेट मैम, दीप्ति मैम आपने तो सिखाया है ईओक्यू में ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट एंड कैरिंग कॉस्ट इज लीस्ट. फॉरगेट अबाउट इट एंड राइट नाउ go for this. What is go for this matlab? You go for the discount, because if you go for discount, even if you are if you instead of 233 units, even if you buy 5,000 units, even if your carrying cost is high, but then discount also you are getting, no? So finally your cost is reducing. Go for the discount. Accept the discount. 5 marks problem. Is this way clear how I am discussing? Yes. This is simply the ratios you need to calculate what you have been studying in budgeting, like efficiency ratio तो हम labor में भी निकालते हैं, हाँ? Standard hours by actual hours into 100. So frankly speaking, nothing much is there to explain in this still. Efficiency ratio is standard hours. Whenever you take standard hours in cost, standard costing, or in labor chapter, or in budgeting, standard hours for actual production. So actual production is 120 units and into 12. Standard hours itna lagna chahiye tha. But actual hours, 1,44,000 hours you should have taken. But you completed the work in 12 lakh hours instead of 14 lakh hours. So your efficiency is 120%. Efficiency ratio is standard hours by actual hours into 100, but standard hours for actual production. Just 2 seconds, dear students. I'll be. Thank you for waiting. Chalo. Next, they have asked you activity ratio. Activity ratio. This ratios you'll have to remember. इसको बहुत ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगा सकते. Standard hours by budgeted hours. All the data is given to you budgeted hours. And capacity ratio is actual hours by budgeted hours. Okay? Right. So just calculate, nothing much to explain there. And next, what is the question? Yes, this is very nice. This is a small costing, you can say, cost sheet ही पूछा है आपको. MT owns a confectionery and they produce 40 units. 40 units का batch है. Batch costing का छोटा सा 5 mark problem है. It has received order of 800 chocolates. In one batch, you are producing how many chocolates? 40 chocolates. You want to produce 800 chocolates and 40 chocolates. So what will be the batch size? 800 divided by 40. 20 number of batches. Are you reading the problem carefully or not? I always say in my regular class, dear students, in costing, in taxation, reading the problem is an art. When you read the analysis, what should go on in your mind in exam, that's the way I'm reading. As a teacher, I just don't want to put all my explanation here. I'm reading as if a student is reading and giving you the interpretation. One batch, 40 chocolates. You want 800 chocolates, 20 batches. Okay? And for per batch, the cost incurred is material, wages, setup cost. Production overhead are absorbed at 25% of wages. 15% is added to the production cost to each batch to allow selling and distribution expense. And profit is 25. इतना simple है. You know, here 2 seconds. Ma'am, question number 1, see in MTP, is it batch costing? Is it cost sheet? Is it a job? दिमाग ही मत लगाओ. ओपन, ये डेटा है, ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये आपकी आंसर शीट है, सॉल्व करो. समझ में आ रहा है? That's the smartness you all need. MTP requires a profit of 25% on cost. So let the cost be 100, profit be 25, selling price 125. If it is 25% on sales, let the sales be 100, profit be 25% on sales, cost is 75. इसको ब्लॉक में डाल के नोटबुक में लिखो. If this is not clear, in costing 7 to 8 chapters are dependent on equation. 25% profit on cost, take cost as 100. 25% profit on sales, take sales 100. मैम कितना स्क्रैच से करा रहे हैं, बस टीचर की आदत ही है, जहां लगता है कि जरूरत है, आई एम पुटिंग अ वेटेज. नाउ कम टू द आंसर. डिड यू गेट वन थिंग? 20 बैचेस. पहले फॉर वन बैच material cost, please keep one hand here, pause the video and write it in your notebook. You can take material is given, wages are given, setup cost is given. This is like your production cost. In production cost 25% of the wages कितना है? 55. pick up your calculator. उसका 25%, 13.75 of 25% of wages is your production cost. 15% more of this you add, and this is your total cost. On total cost, 25% is your profit. This is your selling price. And this is the selling price for 40 chocolates, एक batch में. So they have asked you what is going to be the selling price of 800 chocolates. We will see. For 800 chocolates, multiply by 20. This is per batch. ऐसे 20 batch होंगे. 20, 20, 20. If you do, you will get this answer. Listen to my explanation. Now pause. Pause the video. Solve it in notebook. I have literally, when as a student, I have written the exam. I have seen the MTP, RTP question coming same. तो इसको सिर्फ टिक करके मत करो, आराम से अच्छे से सॉल्व इट. Promise I'll clear your doubt if you comment below. And if you feel ma'am is taking efforts and giving very good knowledge, do share this video with at least 5 of your friends so that my genuine conceptual knowledge reaches to students in a correct manner. Thank you in advance for that. Secure Lifetime operates in life insurance and it has launched a policy and the company has incurred following expenditure. Okay. This kind of questions we do in the cost sheet also, and we have done it in the job cost sheet also, like that. So policies se related different costs. They have given number of policies and total value of the policy. Calculate the total cost, segregating all this cost into marketing and sales, operations, IT and support. Support means admin. IT we know. Operations, routine, your operating cost, and sales related. So can you divide the cost one by one? After dividing, take the total cost and divide by number of policies. You will get cost per policy. Take the total cost and divide by 1640. You will get cost per rupee. Say total cost is 10 lakhs. Just saying 10 lakhs may 1640 crore value of policies you have issued. So per rupee, what is the value? Divide. Worst case, dear students, smart work, ma'am, one cost instead of taking in marketing, I took here, whatever it may be. But if your total cost is correct, out of 5 marks, you will get 3 marks. You know, smart work is this. देखो, segregation में शायद गलती हो सकती है. But can you do total cost divide by number of policies and this correctly? Is my speed fine or am I going little fast? Let me know, please. You want me to revise mock test paper 2? Then put a like, subscribe to channel so that when we are solving live, you will get a notification. You will always get to the point knowledge in my YouTube channel, and no sponsored ad and no reading of the news of the institute and wrong information. ठीक है, चलो साथ में करते हैं इसको. देखो, first is cost of the marketing. So marketing cost, it will go. Sales related cost is also marketing. Policy issuing, when you issue the cost, it's related to operation of the policy. Claims management, operate the policy. Policies development cost is always related to sales. Postage and all is your pure operating matlab support cost. Operating is not day-to-day operation, it's operation of policy and support cost. Anyone feeling I'm doing it little fast, I am telling you, pause the video, read it, listen to the answer, solve it. Pause the video, read the question with your own speed, listen to the answer, pause the video, solve the question in your notebook. You'll get it. So like this, now I'm not going detail. We need to complete it also. So like this, just segregate all the cost. देखना है पूरा आगे. Facilitation cost, facilities cost, your routine admin cost, salary का cost, IT cost is given. 5 marks free तो हैं, लेकिन fast करना पड़ेगा. Save your time in these kind of the questions. Okay? चलो. So here we have completed all the 4 questions. Only I didn't explain in much detail this second one, budgeted production standard as. What are the standard as for actual production, not for budgeted production? Always remember standard as for AO, standard as for actual production for standard costing, labor part, standard as for actual output for labor chapter, standard as for actual for that ऑपरेशन कॉस्ट शीट, सॉरी ओवरहेड चैप्टर में जो हम करते हैं ना. राइट, चलो. अंडर ओवरहेड चार्ज, दैट इज आल्सो आस्क्ड इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. इट्स नॉट देयर इन दिस एमटीपी, बट अंडर ओवरहेड due to abnormal reason charge to costing P&L, due to normal charge it to the units produced and sold and in stock. वो भी क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छा है. चलो, now I have never seen any exam without getting 10 marks question for cost sheet. And dear students, first time I have tried a different way of discussion of MTP where my weightage is more on the mindset, smart work. Ma'am, shall we start with question number 1? If you know it properly, go for it. If you don't know, I feel every student knows cost sheet super well. तो cost sheet जहां भी है, question number 2, 3, 4, वहां से शुरू करो. The best answer, what you know, should be attempted first, as first impression is best impression works, and that boosts your confidence also. Okay? So always start with whatever question you know well in question number 2, 3, 4, 5. Then secondly, complete question number 6 and question number 1 also you can do in the middle part. समझ में आ रहा है? First hour में whatever best you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 वो करो. Second hour में question number 1 और question number 6 complete कर लो, which are 5 marks but question. Third hour में remaining. So suppose in the first hour I started with question number 2 and integrated costing. I know very well. B part I attempted. A I knew. तो जगह छोड़ दो. A part you can do it in the third hour. Put some marking. Are you getting? You need to solve it there, but you can come back and solve in your answer sheet. So be confident to solve whatever you know best as your first. Chalo. This is a cost sheet question asked as it is, and we have done it in more detail. I have given you selling cost and number of units sold and per unit selling price also in the same cost sheet question. This is there in our material. We have solved in detail. Following information, cost sheet में ना simultaneously equation cost plus profit is equal to selling price, फिर इसको cancel करो, वैसे वाले cost sheet भी देख के जाओ. Following information is obtained from the direct labor cost 150%, cost of the goods sold excluding administrative expenses 75,000. That's why administrative expenses is taken down in the cost sheet, because COGS is given excluding administrative cost. Inventory, all are given: material, work in progress, finished goods. Selling expense, general expenses. Find out the material cost. 10 marks. Prepare a cost sheet. Ye raha. And this is your answer. Material cost आपको ढूंढना है. I don't know why they do it like this. The preferable ways, you know. Preferable ways, like frankly speaking, इसको बहुत डबल किया है इन्होंने. पहले परचेज निकाला, फिर परचेज को यूज करके you can do it in a single cost sheet. Instead of raw material consumed, can I start here opening stock of raw material plus purchase, and purchase को blank रख दो because you don't know. Minus closing stock, you get raw material consumed. Labor cost is given ready. Factory overhead is given as a percentage of the labor cost. Works cost, opening or ye, you know, whatever figure you know, you put it in the answer sheet. You want to me to discuss each and everything, then I can do that. Like raw material, they have given opening and closing. Work in progress, they have given opening and closing. Finished goods, they have given. And cost of goods sold ke baad, you have to add a general expense, because cost of goods sold is given that it is 75,000. General expenses, selling expense, ये सब figures दिए हैं. Cost of sales and sales is given. So first thing is you get profit. Now, can I go reverse in the cost sheet in exam? Can I go reverse? And can I make arrow mark? So I will get this figure, raw material consumed. Now, raw material consumed, if you know, and opening stock and closing stock, if you know, can you get raw material purchase? So I think they have done two working. बहुत ज़्यादा you do it in the single cost sheet. And by going reverse, kabhi kabhi you start from here, and somewhere automatically you will get the correct answer. Be careful for plus and minus in this. Once again, put all the figures whatever you know. Only pitfall here is generally after the prime cost we get works cost. Works cost में admin overhead करके फिर cost of production निकालते हैं. But here they specifically said that cost of goods sold is without general expense. Okay, general expense हम नीचे लिख लेंगे. And then you get all the answer, cost of the sales. So this is all about cost sheet. Okay, you can definitely make a single cost sheet. Going towards the next question now, of question number 2A. Cost sheet is over. And question number 2 is standard costing. This I'll discuss in brief later. Right now, question number 3. This comes repeatedly. Flexible budget or budgeting question. So Soya Limited is operating at 50% capacity right now, 50,000 units. Entire output is sold at 180 per unit. Cost structure at 50% is given. So material is variable, wages variable overhead given. Direct expenses are given. Factory overhead 30% is fixed. So 70% is variable, and variable cost is increasing by 20%. And fixed cost is increasing by 10%. Okay. You are required to make a budget at 50%, 75%, 100%. It's a super duper easy question, but little time consuming. Check for yourself, all of you. ये देखो, हाँ, sales I have written 180 per unit. Material cost, now pick up your material cost. It is 60. Here it is given as 60 and it is gone up by 20%, 20 ka 20%, 20 ka, and so on. So here 60 into 120% directly. So I am taking it as 72. Wages was 20, increase by 20%. When you increase by 20%, it goes to 24. Okay, like that. Now see, your factory overhead is 16. 16 ka 70% is variable and variable has gone up by 120%. So like that you will get total cost contribution. Now fixed cost. Huh? Fixed factory overhead. Fixed factory overhead is like 16 ka 30%. How it is calculated, I want to show. 16 per unit was factory overhead. Uska 30% is fixed, 4.8. And fixed overhead is increasing by 10%. So 4.8 per unit and 50,000 is your base. So what is it coming? 4.8 into 50,000. 2,40,000 and it is increasing by 20%. Sorry, 10%. Sorry, 24,000. So 264. What remember here, dear students? Variable cost per unit is fixed. Total will change. Fixed cost is constant in total. Okay, 50% pay, whatever it is increasing by 20%. Again at 75,000 it will not change. 50,000 units agar aap produce kar rahe hain and if your fixed cost is 264, even if you produce 75 or 1 lakh, it is 264, 264. This is the point where students go wrong. Fixed cost is constant. Yeah, at the first place, definitely. Last year and this year. Suppose selling expenses. Selling expenses is 10 rupees. Uska 15% is fixed. So 1.5. 1.5 into 50,000. How much is it coming? 1.5 into 50,000. Kitna aa raha hai? 75,000. And it is increasing by 110%. 80 to 500. Ho gaya. 80 to 500. 80 to 500. 80 to 500. Done. So like this, you have to prepare the flexible budget. I feel cost sheet and budgeting. Cost sheet and budgeting, these are the topics. Note it down, you should not leave. मैं भी लिख के रख रही हूँ, जो students absent है उनको भी message भेजेंगे ना. Cost sheet and budgeting. Okay, right. So that's all for your question number 2. I'm say 3A. Now 3B. L limited and M limited are manufacturing units. You are required to calculate break-even point in value. What is break-even point? Huh? First you calculate sales and variable cost is given to PV ratio. PV ratio is contribution by sales into 100 in 2-column form. Quickly. Now, break-even point is fixed cost by the PV ratio. So you will get the break-even sales. Break-even point is fixed cost by PV ratio. Now, what will be the sales to earn the profit? So, if you want to earn 5 lakh and this data, so sales kitna hoga? So, like this, whatever they give, you can calculate. And sales at which both the companies will have same profit. Once I complete reading, pause and you read at your speed. Then watch the solution and my explanation. Pause the video and you solve it in writing in your notebook. Then my effort is worth it. Oh, 1 minute. I was going to answer and by mistake I came out. Dekho. Sales minus variable cost is contribution. PV ratio 20%, 40%. Fixed cost is given profit. Now break even point you can calculate in column form here only rather than ये इसको यहाँ लिख दो. Exam में save your time. एक ही बार formula लिख के in column form if you solve you will save 5 to 7 minutes which is very important and okay. This is the formula. So put these values in the same line. Fixed cost by PV ratio. Next is you want to earn 5 lakh profit. Your PV ratio, your fixed cost is this much you should sell. Now, what will be the sales at which both the companies will earn same profit? So sales minus variable cost is contribution. Contribution is equal to fixed plus, ये सबको मालूम है ना, sales minus variable cost is contribution. Minus fixed cost is profit. You can go up to down. You can, you can use as you wish. Now, for the first company, contribution is sales ka 20%. Fixed cost is given and profit you want same. P. For the second company, contribution is 40%. Fixed cost is given and profit you want. Now, have you made two equations? And if you do 1 minus 2 equation, this will get cancelled. You will get sales. So it's 20,40,000 sales. Profit of both the companies will be 2,36,000. Both. You can put and check. दूसरे कंपनी का फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट अलग है, प्रॉफिट यू कैन पुट एंड चेक. अभी करके देख लेते हैं ना. सेकेंड कंपनी का इक्वेशन क्या है? 40% ऑफ 20,40,000 और दूसरे ये 40% ये रहा, और इनका फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है 580 प्लस प्रॉफिट. सो लेट अस सॉल्व इट. 2040 सेल्स का 40% इज द कंट्रीब्यूशन. 20,40,000 का 40% is the contribution. 8,60,000. 580 is the fixed cost and this is the profit. So what will be the profit? 816 minus 580, 2,36,000. Did you get one thing? If your turnover is 20,40,000, then in both the cases your profit is going to be same. Simple. Only thing I feel missing in this MTP is non-integrated accounts, but definitely it's very interesting. And when you talk about non-integrated accounts, your mindset should be clear. Non-integrated accounts is in costing, but the mindset I feel important is like your single entry. How do you do? Stores ledger, direct wages, indirect wages, factory overhead, admin overhead, cost of the goods sold. How you prepare the cost sheet in the same way, just prepare T format account. Usko close karke yahan lao, isko close karke yahan, like that. Or they can ask you in question number 1 itself, very easy, reconciliation. Profit as per financial profit is there, but closing stock is overvalued. Either there is a valuation problem in costing and financial books, or under or over absorption of the overhead, or some items purely taken in the financials and not taken in the costing. Clear? So this is all about the non-integrated, and one marathon costing ka video I have made. In that in detail marathon costing video banaya hai, और उसमें in detail I have in 45 to 15 minutes I have given all the gist with the help of my booster notes. Those who have taken regular coaching, they have handwritten the booster notes with understanding in every day's class. But in case if you have missed that, no problem. You watch the marathon video and you will revise the concepts very well. Okay? Right. Sure. Next, now I'm going to question number 4. It is for process costing, simple problem. Process costing में particulars quantity amount we do T format, and then whatever is the input minus output, 60% goes to the next process, 40% goes to warehouse. Here there is a weight loss 2%. 2% is the normal weight loss जिसका कोई scrap value नहीं है. 4% is scrap, for which scrap value is given, and this 2% and 4% is of input. Sometimes this 2% and 4% might be of consumption. So it depends, and other details are given: material cost, wages, and overhead. So I feel it's a very simple process account they have given. Sometimes they are asking you this. Sometimes they are asking you equivalent process costing. And nowadays, different methods are also asked, weighted average or to first in, first out. So practice not too many problems, but the same problem with different methods, which is given in the institute's material, in our material also. Chalo. Now, suppose 1500 units I have put. I'm checking the first one. Are you all with me? Process account कैसे बनता है? Particulars quantity amount. Now here 1500 का 2%, 30 is normal loss, जिसका कोई value नहीं है. 4% is scrap which is sold at 3 rupees. And now 1500 minus 30 minus 60, if you do whatever you are getting, pick up your calculator. 1500 minus 30 minus 60, 1410 into 40% is your closing stock, and 60% is going to the next process. Now, cost per good unit is total cost minus the scrap value. Total cost is 1470 minus the scrap value. Divide by total quantity minus the scrap. Cost per unit is 29. So whatever is going to next process is also 29. Whatever is going to warehouse, as a stock, that is also 29. In our books, we have solved one more problem where in between process X and Y, we are having process X का stock account. तो ये जो stock है वो stock में जाएगा, and this 846 will directly come here. Are you getting? So they might ask you in exam, prepare process X stock account, process Y, and same on here also. More material is added. This time weight loss. वेट लॉस कितना है सेकेंड इसमें 2%. 2% ऑफ इनपुट बट नॉट ऑफ 454. 846 is also input plus 454. So 1300 का 2%. 1300 का 2%. 4%. And same way you have to make. They have just asked you to prepare process account. Just prepare. Dipti ma'am, you also taught us normal loss account, abnormal loss, abnormal gain. Mat karo. I feel this is over easy problem. Sometimes they are giving you abnormal gain. Then it will come on this side. You all know it. है ना? Chalo. Right. Next, we are going to contract costing. So this is, I think, that's why I'm saying start with the problem which you know best. If as a student I have to choose, I will do process. Ma'am, you said don't do process. Process or ABC, alag if it comes. Any one of it, you have to do, no? Generally nowadays, I don't know why process and contract they are asking. But in the November 22 final paper, listen all of you, they asked process, equivalent process, and contract also, that big problem. Cost till date and future cost, all that. So both were very long problems. So I feel you should leave that in choice and do the theory and remaining. Here contract costing which I am discussing is very easy. They have given you all the trial balance and just pick up the figures and put it. One more thing, other than this, in contract costing, one question is there in your material, escalation clause. If there is a change in the price, standard price and actual price, part of it we will bear as a contractor, part we will ask you to bear, we will increase the contract price. Quantity laga zyada to hamari galti. When we said we will use 100 cement bags, we should. If we are using 110, I can't say to contractor, you pay me more. But if there is a price variation, I am helpless. If price is increasing since the time when I made the contract with contractee over the period, then definitely part of the price increase, standard price and actual price of material, labor, all will be borne by the contractee in the form of escalation clause. Do check that problem when it is coming. As it is coming. 2-4 एग्जाम होते हैं फिर आ जाता है वो प्रॉब्लम. चलो. Paid up share capital, land and building, machinery, 85% aside. This is for depreciation. Cash, material at cost, creditors, Wages, we can just write. Site expenses, we will write. Vehicle and furniture and all, we will take depreciation. Postage, office, ये सब P&L में debit होगा. Outstanding wages is given. Prepaid expenses are given. Work certified, uncertified is given. Some material is returned in store. And depreciation is given. Okay. So directly I'm checking this contract account. ये देखो. Material at site, work certified, uncertified. Just you have to pick up the figures and put it in T format. Material, your wages, your outstanding, site expenses, often and all. रेट में प्रीपेड है तो लेस करना है आपको. फ्यूल, depreciation 39,60,000 only. 85% machinery is at site, so 85% का 10% rate is given in the problem. Vehicle and furniture, so total depreciation I am charging is 10,06,600. ये wrong लिखा है यहाँ पे. It is 10 lakh only. I also calculate 9,36,600. 9,36,600 plus 70,000. Yeah, it's wrong printed here. 10,06,600 is the depreciation, and you get the notional profit. See, we have taught you after this also that based on the percentage of the contract completed, less than 25% ignore. A part will go to reserve, a part will go to P&L. If they ask you to, otherwise 99% nowadays in exam, contract costing is stopping at notional profit. Only thing I felt wrong in this problem is, because they have already given the outstanding expense in trial balance, I feel journal entries expense to outstanding expense. So if outstanding expense is given in trial balance, that means the expenses are already including that, no? Expenses जो आपको दिए हैं ना, उसमें already wages, yeah, 221, 200 wages are given in the liability. So I feel it's already included in the wages. Whereas other wages are given to you in the problem as 1460. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. If they have given outstanding wages and prepaid expenses in trial balance, it means it's already added. Why they are adding again, I didn't understand. This was a very correct adjustment. If they would have given it in the adjustment below the trial balance, कि outstanding wages are this, then add it in the wages and put it in the balance sheet. But if they've already given in the balance sheet, means 1460 is inclusive of 221. This is, I feel, something basic accounting mistake. Pata nahi why they have given. Leave it, don't worry. It's printing mistakes are not going to be there in the final exam. Chale? Right. Next question is your activity-based costing. You want to do it or you want to leave it? Don't say you want to leave it. Because students are leaving this chapter completely. 1 or 2 exam for 5 marks, they are asking you this in the ABC only. Oh, kya bolte hain? The question number 1 only they are asking this. These kind of classes are little tiring because आप लोग थोड़ा लिखो, मैं 10 मिनट बैठती हूँ, ऐसे तो टाइम ही नहीं है. And then one more class is there after half an hour, one more inter class, then again final class. But daily I am getting late कि नहीं MTP solve करके देना है, because I promised 2 things. One is marathon, one is MTP. Marathon, sure, I am telling you, every concept will be clear if you repeatedly listen again and again. For format revision concept, for problem solving, you have to solve it in writing. Chalo. B Limited produces 3 products and they have given you material, labor details. Direct labor cost. I'm just telling you the concepts, how they have done the calculation. Direct labor cost is 80. and this is 40 per hour. So 2 hours are required in making 1 unit. Direct labor cost per unit is 150, per hour is 40. तो कितने घंटे लगे इसको बनने में? Are you all getting? 200 is per unit, 40 is per hour. So can I say 5 hours are required to make 1 unit of P? है ना? Right. This is routine. Now, in in activity based costing, instead of just taking the overhead directly, they charge it according to a proper plan. Okay. So what is that plan? Let us see. What is your total overhead? Iska total karo pehle. Total overhead. In your normal costing, they are saying that labor overhead is given as per the production overhead and it is absorbed based on the direct labor. So pehle, we will do a routine costing system. Routine costing. Your total overhead, मैंने जो circle किया ना, your production overhead divide by labor hours. So per hour is given. Are you all getting the data what I am using? Huh? एक ही का करते हैं, जैसे Z का करते हैं. 6,000 units are produced. Labor cost is 80. So total labor cost is 6,000 into 80. Divide by 40 if you do, you will get labor hours. Are you getting or not? 6,000 units are produced at 80 rupees. 480 is the total labor cost. And per labor hour is 40. So how many labor hours are worked for this unit? 480 divided by 40. 12,000. I'm just explaining for the first one. Now, 12,000. Ma'am, I could not do this lower part. Can I get marks only for this? Yes. Can they ask you only this for 5 marks? Only this is the hot favorite in question number 1. बस सिर्फ cost drivers बता दो क्या क्या होंगे. Cost drivers is what is the ratio in which detailed overhead. Here, total overhead. 8 lakh rupees total we are apportioning on some basis, over and out. Here 8 lakh rupees separately we are apportioning. If this is material cost based on this, essay. This is the logic of activity based costing, which gives you per unit more accurate cost than absorption costing. तो चलो साथ में करते हैं इसको. कॉस्ट पर यूनिट आपको दिया है मटेरियल और लेबर. मैं सिर्फ जेड के लिए करके बता रही हूँ आपको. नाउ टोटल लेबर कॉस्ट डिवाइड बाय पर आवर, यू आर गेटिंग टोटल लेबर आवर्स. सो टोटल ओवरहेड, प्रोडक्शन ओवरहेड इज 8 lakh. टोटल आवर्स आर दिस. सो पर आवर इज 9 per hour. And how many hours are there? 40. Are you getting or not? Production overhead is 9 per hour. और एक यूनिट को बनाने में कितने घंटे लग रहे हैं मैंने आपको बताया था. लेबर कॉस्ट है, I mean say the way they do and I do is different. I do it like this. See, labor cost is 80. Per hour is 40. So 2 hours are required and production overhead is 2 into 9. 18. Are you getting their answer and my answer? कोई भी कर लो. सेकेंड में लेबर कॉस्ट है 150 और 40 घंटे लगते हैं आपको. 150 डिवाइड बाय 40 तो 33.7. 150 डिवाइड बाय 40 कितना आ रहा है? करो कैलकुलेटर में. 3.75 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 9. 33.75. वाई मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 9? वही किया है बट मैंने डिवाइड करके बताया, इन्होंने एक साथ किया है. So this is your cost per unit absorption. 5 marks over out of 10. Now, let us take drivers. Drivers are the denominators which will help you to decide. So first one, material procurement. Material procurement based on number of orders. 30 units. एक product के 30 units आप बुला रहे. तो 6,000 unit divide by 30 units. 200 orders. इसके 240 orders. So in this is to this ratio, can you apportion the material procurement cost? Material procurement cost है 2.5 lakh रुपए. So 250, can you apportion in the ratio of the number of the orders? Yes. Same way, setup cost 150. And setup is number of run. All three products are produced in production run of 50 units. 6,000 units. और हर एक बैच में 50 runs हो रहे हैं आपके. 6,000 units. And number of the production runs. How many runs? 50 units. तो कितने बार आपका मशीन रोटेट होगा? 120, 144, 1. In this ratio, you can apportion the setup cost. Are you getting? Every batch, 50 units are produced. You want to produce 6,000 units. So 120 times you will have to do the setup cost. Here 144. In this ratio, like that, quality control. Same. In same ratio. So they have copied. Quality control हो गया, ये हो गया. अब maintenance, machine hours. They said take it in the ratio of 10,000 hours and divide it in the ratio of 2:1:2. That's what we have done. 10,000 into 2/5, 1/5 हो गया. तो इस ratio में you do it. Now this is cost driver rate. If you want to do it, do. Otherwise you can directly do 250 into 200 divide by 768. 250 into 240 divide by 768. Are you getting? तो what they देखो 250 जो मटेरियल प्रोक्योरमेंट कॉस्ट है into 200 divide by 768. 250 into this 240 by 760. तो पहले ही can I divide and keep or what? So I will get the per cost multiplied by number. So now you will get the answer. Are you getting? First only they have divided and multiplied by number. Ma'am, why again they are dividing by 6,000? Because they want per unit. Some of the students will close this video at this point. Ma'am, kuch to kara rahe, activity based costing. Take your time, no, forget about P and ये एक ही के लिए तो करके देखो. बहुत easy है, बहुत easy है. मटीरियल लेबर प्राइम कॉस्ट तक तो क्लियर है. नाउ मटीरियल प्रोक्योरमेंट कॉस्ट आ जाओ. ये 325 कहां से आया? यहां से आया. 250 डिवाइड बाय 768, 325. नाउ 325 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 200 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय, दिस विल गिव यू द टोटल कॉस्ट. बट हाउ मेनी यूनिट्स आर देयर? 6,000. तो पर यूनिट. This is giving you total cost. How many units are the per unit? So like this, you will get all the per unit total cost, which is coming to 571. And in absorption, my per unit cost is coming to 548. ये फर्क है दोनों. This is the difference. Got it clearly, all of you? Huh? So this is all about your activity based costing. Once again, orally also I feel I can tell you the gist. And मत छोड़ो cost drivers. मैम आप इन्होंने क्या किया नहीं समझा, बट मैं अपने वे में करता हूँ and I get answer. Surely you will get marks provided you write the working. Calculator वहां submit करके नहीं आने वाला है ना. देखो सुनो ध्यान से. टोटल मटेरियल का प्रोक्योरमेंट कॉस्ट है बेस्ड ऑन नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स. तो नंबर ऑफ ऑर्डर्स आ गए 10 orders, 8 orders, 2. So 10:8:2. I want to apportion the cost. Simple. But if I apportion, I'll get the total cost. Divide by number of units, I'll get the per unit cost. हो गया खत्म. मत छोड़ो activity based costing. उससे तो I'm telling you, leave process for choice if you can. Some students absolutely not good at all for theory. So then you don't have any choice. आपको last question छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Okay, this is a very nice question from joint product byproduct. Generally 5 marks question asked is that one. Shall you further process? Then this is the further processing cost, and this is the increased sales. Whichever is beneficial, go for it. But this is a very nice question. Neurochemical operates chemicals. Okay, and selling price is given for these many units sold. Joint manufacturing cost is given. Additional cost is given. There is no opening stock but closing inventory. These are number of units sold, 1000. These are number of units in stock, and there is no opening stock. So can I say 1900 units must be there at 6000? Yes. You are required to compute the cost of the inventory T, U, and V, A, and even the cost of the goods sold. Cost of the goods sold, this is the selling price. तो joint cost भी apportion करना है based on the NRV method. NRV is sales minus the further processing cost. Sales minus the further processing cost, you get NRV. In this ratio, you have to apportion. So let us do it here. ये देखो. You have not sold 1900 units. You have sold 1000 units and 900 are in stock. But can I assume that I have sold everything? And what is my additional cost for the only for V? These two are not further processed. So what is my NRV? I have got. Now my joint cost, can I apportion in the NRV? इसमें इतना तो इसमें कितना, इसमें इतना तो इसमें कितना. In this it is this much, in this like that. Yes. So joint cost apportionment के लिए 1900 units you take, 1000 units are sold, 900 units are in stock. But if everything produced is sold, that's because why you are taking, मैम यूनिट सोल्ड एंड क्लोजिंग स्टॉक दोनों, ये स्टडी मटेरियल का ही प्रॉब्लम है, आईसीआई स्टडी मटेरियल प्रॉब्लम. Why you need to take the number of units sold and all? Because joint cost is to be apportioned not only to number of units sold, even to the number of units which are in stock. Simple. Now joint cost यहाँ से आ गया आपको, you all got the joint cost. Add further processing cost, total cost. Now this total cost is 1900 units. Can I say 900 units का कितना? देखो 15,89,958 into 900 divide by 1900. You're getting the same answer. Few times I feel unnecessarily they are doing, मैम आपने वर्किंग नोट तो सिखाया नहीं. कोई वर्किंग नोट की जरूरत ही नहीं है मैम. मार्क्स नहीं मिलेंगे? बिल्कुल मिलेंगे. 1900 यूनिट्स में 900 इज द क्लोजिंग स्टॉक, तो 1900 का कॉस्ट है ना, ये कॉस्ट ऑफ द गुड्स सोल्ड अवेलेबल टोटल कॉस्ट. तो यू कैन क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई दैट, ओनली दे हैव डन इन परसेंटेज. 3/4 1900 डिवाइड बाय, और उसको लिखा है. आई डोंट नो व्हाई, इफ यू डोंट डू आल्सो, बट इफ यू गो बाय माय वे कि मैम वी वांट टू स्किप द वर्किंग नोट, वी अंडरस्टूड, तो इसके नीचे लिख दो ना 1589,958 into 900 divide by 1900 into this divide by whatever, you will get the correct cost of the goods sold. Yes. And this also I said how to apportion the joint cost. अभी आपको बताया ना 448 ये रहा. इसमें in this it is this much, so in this it is question mark, cross multiply. They have given the working separately, you can put there only in the brackets. Give the feedback in the comment box at least for this problem. Students say, ma'am, joint product is so easy. Total matlab the sales value after further processing minus sales value at the split off. Increase in sales, increase in the cost. If it is profit, go for it. Otherwise, just sell it. वो करेक्ट है, बट ऐसे प्रॉब्लम बिल्कुल एग्जाम में आते हैं, फाइनल एग्जाम. Okay. So this is all about this joint cost problem. And last now theory I want to discuss. State the advantages of zero-based budgeting. Will you please read the theory? Zero-based budgeting, budgeting manual, standard costing, distinguish between cost and management accounting, joint product and joint process costing and batch costing. ऐसे पूछते हैं. Is reconciliation of cost financial necessary in case of integrated system? No. Huh? And what are the unit of measure used, and distinguish between bin carts and stores. Sometimes they're also asking you the treatment of scrap in case of material over time, how over time is processed in labor and like that. So let us see, and I'll go back to the standard costing question. Will you please do read this on your own? It's 3:15 and 3:30. I have to rush for another class. I won't get 5-10 minutes rest also in between. हाँ, ये सब आपको रूटीन क्लास में ही पढ़ाते हैं कि if it is still, then cost unit measure is tons, chemicals it is in liters. I think theory part I can skip. उससे तो अच्छा है स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग का either material or labor, variable overhead or fixed overhead. Out of this four, any one is asked for 5 marks. Now here they have given it to you. Some variances they have already calculated, favorable. And then they are asking. So put the formula, standard quantity into standard price, actual quantity into actual price, actual quantity into standard price. And fourth is revised actual quantity. Actual quantity only in the revised ratio of ये इनके रेशो में, इनका जो टोटल आता है उसमें. So like this you make 4 columns and then you can calculate. If it is material cost variance, I have taught in my regular class as 1 minus 2. So cost variance is this and this, and you have 2 items here for A and B. So you can calculate and then add up and see the total answer. Let us see standard costing. I feel only integrated I have not touched. And one more thing, dear students, operating costing may library and tolls, some new questions are added in the operating costing in the study material other than those old schools and hospitals. So alarm is ringing for the next class. Get ready. So this is it. Do those from the study material also. करेंगे ना पक्का? ठीक है, चलो तो एक बार ये देख लो. मटेरियल कॉस्ट वेरिएंस आपको दिया है, स्टैंडर्ड क्वांटिटी इनटू स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस एंड एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी इनटू एक्चुअल प्राइस इज गिवन. Actual quantity into actual cost is 98,000 given. Then if you do standard quantity into standard price, it is coming to 1,03,000. But this is for 2 products. So standard quantity, standard price for A, for B. So if you fill up all, you will get the standard price for A, because rest all the figures are given. They have solved it like this. You can solve it open the way we solve it in class. Once you get this, same for the price variance. Price variance का formula हम क्या use करते हैं? Actual quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. So whatever figures are given, if you put, you will get it. And revised actual quantity क्या चीज है? Your actual quantity is 2526. That in the ratio of standard. Standard is 1320 for A, 990 for B. So इनके ratio में. That is the revised actual quantity. And then if you apply, you will get the answer. To the best I could do from my side, I have discussed the paper. I have given you some smart techniques to choose correctly, to divide your 3 hours, to do quality good reading of the question paper. One day before exam, revise all your chapters, booster notes, formats. Promise it's an 11-hour marathon video, but pause and watch and tell me in the booster notes ke through, you will get the gist revision of everything. Overhead 2 to 3 methods are there. The step ladder method, the simultaneous equation, overhead per unit. You will understand for sure. Okay? And theory karke jana hai. Any doubts you have, costing is going to be an amazing paper May 23. And you give me a call like Akshata and all my last batch students that ma'am, we have scored 79, 80, 82 marks in costing. It is possible provided you attempt 100 marks paper क्लैरिटी के साथ, बिकॉज इट इज न्यूमेरिकल. कहीं फिगर गलती से लिखा है तो स्क्रैच एंड राइट इट अगेन, डोंट ओवरराइट. God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching this video till end, and I do expect thank you from all of you also. It's not a favor to me. I feel when we genuinely say thank you from the heart, we vibrate at a higher rate. So comment below the video, thank you, and promise and share it with 5 of your friends. Then I have done my worth it. Your doubt and my shorts, my YouTube shorts are all the doubt of the students. You say and I will do it for you. Bye-bye.